What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the No Name College Football Podcast. Last episode of the season, excluding bowl and off season. Want to make an announcement real quick before we get into the episode. We plan on creating a whole new channel, solely associated to this podcast. Just because we've been uploading videos on my regular, just like YouTube channel where I upload other stuff. So if you are avid watcher of this podcast, we will be having our own channel coming soon. We'll probably post about it. We'll probably do live reaction on Sunday, hopefully, for the final rankings on this channel, and that'll probably be our last one. I'm gonna try and get our new channel set up by then. So that way when we do our live reaction, I can pop the new channel's link or whatever down in the description. Real quick, Jacob, going over last week, Mississippi beats Mississippi State. Oregon dominated Oregon State and is looking like one of the best teams in the country right now. Texas dominates Texas Tech. Missouri dominates Arkansas. Penn State dominates
Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest.
Sure do.
Just muted it too. That's crazy. Anyways, a lot of what should have happened. Tulane beats UTSA. Clemson beats South Carolina. Georgia holds off Georgia Tech. Michigan, Ohio State. Good game. Jacob, you want to talk about it real quick?
I mean, it was just a great game. Ohio State not moving that far down in the rankings, so there's a world where their season's not over, but Michigan was the better team, clearly.
Yeah, Washington State gives Washington a game. Florida State, Florida, good game. Alabama, Auburn, good game. Just a really good rivalry weekend. A lot of teams just playing each other close. Oklahoma State locks up a spot in double overtime to the Big 12 championship. And that's really it for last week. Real super quick, Jacob, do you want to talk about Heisman real quick, since it's usually when we talk about it in the episodes?
Yeah, sure. I still have the same top three. I think it's a 3-horse race. I still have got Penix at 1. Now, I don't think that's going to hold. I don't think he's going to win it. But for me, I've got Penix at 1. I've got Daniels at 2. I've got Nix at 3. But if Nix wins the Pac-12 championship game, I guess tonight, then Nix would probably move to number 1.
Yeah. I still have Jaden Daniels at 1, honestly. But Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, I think those three are definitely like the three that are, gonna be the three come time they go to New York City. For this one.
Who was the preseason Heisman? Do you remember?
Huh?
You remember who my preseason Heisman was?
Was it Jaden Daniels?
It was Bo Nix.
Oh, it was Bo Nix. Okay, all right. Yeah, mine was Caleb Williams, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, yeah. Real quick, another update. Just because we're gonna go ahead and get this over with. We usually do this at the end of the show, but we're not doing it this week. Super Dogs and biggest spread of the week, final standings for the year. I took Super Dogs by 1 point, and Jacob took biggest spread of the week by 0.5 point. We are still going to do hot takes this week. However, I've already secured a win in that, and pick'ems, which are also going to be doing this week. My preseason Heisman was Caleb Williams. So I had Caleb Williams, Blake Corum, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr., and I put whoever plays quarterback for Alabama. So, yeah. And my dark horse was Carson Beck. Anyways, whatever. All right, let's get into this week, Jacob. Big weekend, conference championship weekend, a lot on the line for a lot of teams, more than we're used to. However, Louisville kind of eliminated themselves this weekend. Oregon State's very outside shot eliminated. Ohio State, I guess, is not eliminated, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, tonight, Friday, we're actually recording this on Friday. I'm going to put it out here just in a little bit before these games start. We've got 2 championship games. We got the Conference USA Championship, which features New Mexico State and Liberty It is at Liberty. Is one of these games where they do play in the higher seeds home stadium. Liberty is favored by 10. What are you going to take, Jacob?
I think I'm going to take Liberty here to win the game. I think them being in their home stadium plays a big role. But I think 10 is a little high. So I'm going to take New Mexico State to cover.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on the same vibes. Give me Liberty to win. Give me New Mexico State to cover. Then Liberty, with the new rankings this week, which I meant to talk about real quick. Just scroll through them right now. Not a lot of change. But what I wanted to say was Liberty sitting here at 24 and Tulane at 22, both playing this weekend. Liberty could favor from a Tulane loss and Liberty wins. There's a small shot that they'd be the highest Group 5 ranked team. But New Mexico State team that we saw beat Auburn, who then gives Alabama a game the next week, about 2 weeks ago. So who knows what's going to happen there. And then we got one of the, technically they're all big, but one of the 3 ones that matter a lot more than some of these other ones do, is Oregon at Washington. They are playing in Allegiant Stadium, which is home of the Las Vegas Raiders. 11-1 versus 12-0. Oregon, to my surprise at least, minus 9.5. Jacob, you can go with the Ducks or the Huskies here?
Well, first of all, I think the winner of this game should be in the playoffs, no matter what. I think both of these teams have played really well throughout the year. I think the Pac-12 has been really strong this year. So I think the winner of this game is in. I'll be rooting for Washington to win this game. I've liked Washington all year. I obviously like Penix, but I'm going to take Oregon, and I'm going to lay the points. I think Oregon wins and covers.
Wow. I've been going back and forth with my decision all week here. Like I said, Oregon's probably besides Georgia and I guess Michigan and, probably the hottest team in football. There's a lot of people riding the Oregon train right now. And it's really hard to beat a team twice. It really is. Washington barely escaped last time. And I think it's going to be a little bit of a slugfest out there in Las Vegas. But I'm going to take it. Give me Washington moves to 13-0 and secures their spot in the playoffs 1,000%. But like you said, I think the winner of this game 100% should be in the playoff. I don't care what else happens around them. I think the winner of this game should be in the playoff 100%. Starting Saturday, at 12 o'clock. Oh, it's on top 25. Hold on, let me change it to FBS real quick. Let's go ahead and well, maybe it's not gonna play. Okay. Saturday, 12 o'clock, Oklahoma State, Texas. What do you got, Jacob, in this one? This is Texas minus 15 at AT&T Stadium.
See, I've liked Oklahoma State all year. Ollie Gordon's the leading rusher in the country this year. With that being said, Texas is the top 5 rushing defense in the country this year. They've got more talent everywhere. Quinn Ewers has the quarterback advantage clearly. Give me Texas here to win. I think Oklahoma State, it'll be between 14 and 17. I'm going to take Texas to cover, though.
Yeah, I think Texas has a big advantage in this football game. But I'm going to be fun here. Give me Oklahoma State to win this football game and ruin Texas's chances at the college football playoffs. Also at 12 o'clock, second game at 12 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday at Ford Field, home of the Detroit Lions. It's the MAC championship, man. Love me some MAC football. We got Toledo in Miami, Ohio. Toledo sitting at 11-1 on the year with only loss to Ohio State. Toledo's minus 7. I'm going to go Toledo to win this game. And I'm going to be fun here again. I'm going to take Toledo, Miami, Ohio to push this. I think Toledo wins by 7.
That's crazy because I was going to do the exact same thing.
Wow.
I didn't realize how good Miami of Ohio was, to be honest, until I looked at that game this week. But I think Toledo is one of the best Group of 5 teams in the country this year.
Yeah,
so
I might be wrong. I gotta look real quick. I think they've played, and I think one of their 2 losses is to Toledo, and then to a Power 5 team. Yeah, Miami and Toledo. So there you go. Then give me in this next game at 3:00, Boise State at UNLV. This is at UNLV. I know it says Allegiant Stadium, but that is actually where UNLV plays their home games at. Broncos squeak in after a 3-way tie between them, UNLV, and San Jose State, which I think is kind of unfair to San Jose State because if I'm not correct here, I think I'm correct here. San Jose State beat UNLV last week, and still didn't get in. But I think Boise State beat San Jose State, so I think there was like it was like they had to do some type of computer like algorithm thing to determine who gets in. But Boise State on the road technically is -2.5. I love my Boise State guys, so I think I'm gonna have to take them to win and cover this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other direction here. I'm going to take UNLV to win. I think UNLV has been the better team all year, so I think UNLV is going to finish out with the Mountain West Championship.
And I don't blame you for that one, but I got to ride. I got to ride my guy, Taylor Green. Come on, baby. 4:00, our boys, they got in. App State Mountaineers at Troy. This is another one of the conferences that they play at the stadium. Troy, I can't remember. I'm thinking of last year. All I can see is their schedule last year. I'm not exactly sure who the two losses are. I think JMU beat them by like 2, and then they lost to a Power 5 school. Yeah, that's right. They lost to Kansas State and JMU by 2. Okay. But Troy probably looking to get their get back after we beat them on the Hail Mary last year, which is one of their only 2 losses last year also. So great 2 years by Troy back to back here. And I think it's going to be really hard for our guys to go down there and beat them at their place in a championship game like this. But I don't care. Going home or pick here. Give me App to win.
Yep, homer pick again. Give me App to win. App's just been playing some of their best football lately. Joey Aguilar really is one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. So, yeah, I think App's going to win.
Yeah. And then staying in this 4:00 time frame. Another one. This is similar to the Oregon-Washington game for me. I think the winner of this game should be in no matter what. I know people are, there's some talks that even if Alabama wins this game, they still might not get in, depending on, what happens around them. But I don't care what anybody says. If Alabama is sitting at 12-1, with a 9-0 SEC record, SEC champion, and they beat Georgia in the SEC championship in Atlanta, which is borderline a home game for Georgia. I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't get in. The line is currently sitting at 5. Jacob, I know where you're going to go with this. You're going to go UGA to win and cover, correct?
Yeah, but there's a lot about this game. There's 2 big win streaks. You got Georgia's on a 29-game win streak. Alabama's on a 16-game win streak in Atlanta. Injury is going to play somewhat of a role. You got Bowers, McConkey, and Ra Thomas for Georgia, who are all questionable. And then Jace McClellan, the Alabama running back, is doubtful. So we'll see if that plays a role. But, yeah, I like Georgia. I think Georgia's a better roster. I'm biased, but I just think Georgia's a little bit better of a team right now.
Yeah. Funny about this, just going into the year, I had predicted Georgia was going to go 11-1, Alabama was going to go 12-0, and Georgia, Alabama were going to play in the SEC championship, and Georgia was going to win. So with that being said, with how everything else is going, it's pretty much the same. There's just 2 opposites here. The records, and the pick. I'm going to go Alabama to win this football game, unfortunately. Sorry to the Dogs. I just think Alabama's playing really good football. I think Alabama's defense matches up well to Georgia's offense. I'm going to be honest with you. 55.5, I would take the under in this football game. I'm going to say Alabama wins 24-21. Alabama wins.
That's how they'll have to win it.
Yeah. 4 o'clock also SMU at Tulane. Again, I just mentioned it a little bit ago. Tulane with a win here is going to lock up a spot in the New Year's Six Group of Five spot bowl game. But with a loss, they could be in trouble for that spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they did lose if they still get it somehow. And I wouldn't be surprised if they lose if SMU gets it somehow. But I think this is going to be a great football game. SMU is at Tulane, so this is another one of those. They play them at the home team or the higher seeds stadium. Tulane is going to be -3. However, unfortunately for SMU, I figured out about this yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Peyton Stone, their sophomore quarterback, who's looked really good this year, broke his leg and is out for the year. So with that being said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take Toledo to win this game, and I'm going to have to not Toledo, sorry, Tulane. I'm going to take Tulane to win this game and Tulane to cover those 3 points.
Yeah, we're thinking the same thing here. I like Tulane. I like them to cover those 3, and I like Tulane to go to the highest ranked Group of 5 bowl game.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, 8 o'clock, I mean, -22 in a conference championship is something I don't think I've ever seen, and it's something you're definitely not going to see a lot. It's Michigan versus Iowa at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, home of the Indianapolis Colts. Over under is 34.5, which might not hit. So, Jacob, what are you going to go here? Wolverines versus Hawkeyes.
Well, with the abolishment of divisions everywhere in college football, I don't think we're ever going to see a 22-point spread in a conference championship game again. But maybe a basic pick here, but I'm going to take Michigan to win, Iowa to cover. I don't know if Michigan's going to score 22 points on Iowa's defense, but Iowa might not score at all.
Yeah, I hate you for that because I took the words out of your mouth earlier in the Toledo game. And now you just took the words out of my mouth there. I was about to say the same exact thing, including I don't know if Michigan will score 22 points. I could easily see this game end up being 17-0 or 17-3. I think how this game is going to go is Iowa's going to shut Michigan down in the first half, and it's going to be like close, like a 1, maybe 10-point game, 10-point game, and then Michigan's just going to kind of pull away at the end. But yeah, give me Michigan to win. Iowa to cover 22. I mean, the last but not least, down the road from us, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, home of the Carolina Panthers. We got Louisville, Florida State -1.5. Big news on this game today. Jacob, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tate Rodemaker is out of this football game.
Is he?
I saw he was questionable. But then someone told me that he was out. But I don't know. I never looked into it, but someone said that they were to their 3rd string quarterback, and then somebody agreed with that person.
He's a game time decision, and that's an hour ago.
Okay. Game time decision. All right. Florida State's -1.5. With that being said, this is one of the few games this week that I haven't decided what I'm going to do until right now. And with that being said, I am deciding even though they lost to Kentucky today, I am going to take Louisville to win this game close. Give me Louisville 28-24.
Yeah, I guess we're Florida State haters because I'm going to do the same thing. I just think Florida State's due to lose. But with that being said, if Georgia wins the SEC championship game, I want Florida State to win this game. I would love to.
So you're going to be a game time decision too on who you want to win.
I am going to be a game time decision. I have some friends that are Florida State fans that have been telling me all year that they can beat Georgia. So we'll see it happen.
Yeah, for sure. So we got 4 different picks here. And then last but not least, finishing the show off, a little bit of a fun segment. Currently 2.5 to 1. I'm up. Hot takes. Jacob, I've already got mine. Do you have yours?
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
All right. My hot take this week is kind of basic, but there's not a lot of, options to go with here. my hot take this week is Tulane wins the American Championship by 2+ scores, so 17 or more points.
Okay. I'm gonna make the most homer pick possible. Carson Beck and Joey Aguilar combined for 600 passing yards and 6 touchdowns.
All right. Riding with your guys. I don't blame it.
I think the yards is maybe not that hot, but
I don't know. 600. That would be 300 on average for both of them.
nice math.
Yeah, man. Math expert.
Dollars.
But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the show, if you weren't around for that part, do plan on making a new YouTube channel solely devoted to this podcast, and some social media platforms also, probably Instagram, Twitter, probably just those two, maybe TikTok, I don't know, put our clips out there. But yeah, we appreciate y'all support this year. And if y'all remember, we are trying our best Sunday afternoon to do a live stream, because last year we said we were going to do one and we didn't. But we're going to try to do a live stream Sunday for the final rankings that decide who is in and who is out of the college football playoffs. But again, we appreciate y'all support this whole entire year. And we'll see y'all next time on the No Name College Football Podcast. Peace.